Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Conversation Pit podcast. We have a very auspicious occasion today. This is the culmination of so many things.
Of you almost getting arrested.
You know, by some measure, I'm now an international smuggler, depending upon who you ask. But you heard the comedic stylings of one William Hardiman, J.D., back again like he never left. Today, we're smoking some cigars, some very fine cigars, that I have brought back from my journey to Iceland, the land of ice and fire. Today, we're smoking Partagas 898s, which I think when we tell this story to other people, we're going to call them Lusitanias until we actually get a Lusitania. But in fact, they are 898s.
When hell freezes over.
We're going to get some Lusitanias up there and when we go to Quebec.
Yeah, we should go.
I'm down. I'm so down.
Dude, you just put them in the back. You would just put them in your car. Yeah. I don't think they're gonna get if you put it in your luggage.
1000%. No one's gonna ask. No one cares. But so I'm back from Iceland and things have been going really well, honestly.
This is your first show since.
Well, I recorded one with Tim in Iceland, and that's already made its way to Spotify.
It was blurst.
That was so interesting to think about. Just a weird series of events. Why there must have been some kind of radio interference with that recording.
Yeah.
It might have been because we're so close to the pole. I'm not entirely sure. But there had to have been some sort of frequency interference.
Do people have podcasts in Iceland?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone even listens to podcasts up there. But anyway, we are just going to toast this wonderful Partagas 898. We're going to roll it gently in my hands. I'm going to try to do the Davidoff of London burn.
They say you're not supposed to inhale before it's lit.
Yeah, I don't. It's like some kind of virgin draw thing. I don't know if I buy all that. It also takes fucking 20 minutes to light this cigar. The Lancero is an excellent format. What are you getting on that?
It's really earthy. It's like nothing I've ever.
They say it's very hay.
Yeah, hay and spice. We sound like delinquents. We're not even delinquents, but.
I'm prepared.
Oh shit! That's hot. I don't know if there's any.
Tyler's also here. Yeah, there is.
Or just hit it with your finger and see if it lights for you. Nah.
Tyler's also here. Here, let me fill it back up.
We recorded one before the Celtics, right?
Before Game 7 of the Eastern Conference Finals.
Yeah.
Day of.
Wow, that was many moons ago.
Feels like forever.
Forever ago. Now they have my favorite Italian basketball player, Danilo.
Yeah, the Celtics making a lot of moves. Watching you fiddle around with that machine.
That should be good.
Oh, there we go.
Tyler's not smoking anything. Because the last time we recorded... Alright, Lulu, I'll let you out. Jesus. The last time we recorded, he did not have a great reaction to the cigar. He'll blame the Ricos, but we all know it was the cigar.
It's always a combo of both. Only me can tell the truth on that.
Yeah, dude, you were in the bathroom for like 45 minutes when we recorded. I thought you had died. I was like very scared.
It was on for like 45 minutes.
Listening back to like
all the dead space in the first 10 minutes of this episode, by the way.
Listening back to like that 30-45 minute gap of my absence was something else. Is Tyler dead? Did he die?
Nose.
Where'd he go?
Where'd he go? I called you on the phone.
I didn't notice the phone call. I was just like...
Eating 4 bags of candy.
I was just like... I got 3 full bags of candy. Digging my life-saving gummies. Was Robert Williams hurt? Just checking on all that stuff. Everyone was healthy. I was alive afterwards.
That's not good. It's canoeing.
Wow. This flavor profile is insane.
I'm not really getting it yet. Oh yeah, holy crap.
Yeah, it's very, it's like farmy. I'm getting a lot of grass and hay. Grainy even.
Yeah, and like it's got a little bit of that like, it's still got a bit of that nicotine flavor. But it's not like, I might have to correct that. That's getting a little wonk.
It should self-correct. How's the draw on yours?
It's perfect.
Same.
Almost like too perfect.
Tyler, I feel like you've been left out. I only had enough room. I only had enough room in my colon for 2 cigars.
People like
I
me
only smuggled 2 cigars.
I have to know my place, and I'm not worthy.
Try to correct this.
Just trust that it'll burn.
Love and trust.
Do you want to open these up? See what the box looks like?
So we also, well, I mean, you don't get anything, right? Because you haven't paid me.
Yeah, I haven't paid you yet. You want me to do that right now? I'll Venmo you. I keep forgetting to do it. I intended to pay you.
There's also a box of Monte Cristo number 5s here from the land of ice and fire.
I just decline it.
You might want to get this on camera.
Send it to Tiff.
I'm keeping the box, by the way.
Yeah, that's fine by me. I don't give a shit. You smuggled them across.
I might be better off trying to cut this with like my fingernail. Jesus. There we go. And now there's a nail in here.
I love all this dead air.
Oh, here we go. Now I have an idea. The sides are a bit more malleable, so if we get it underneath the side. Oh yeah, now it's coming together. Here we go. Ladies and gentlemen, 25 Monte Cristo number 5s. Oh my gosh, the certificate. Estos habanos han sido elaborados con hojas de tabaco procedientes de zonas tabacalares de Cuba, reconocidos como denominados.
Come on, I'm taking a Snapchat video. Get to the real.
Sorry, here. Let's do the
We'll take-
money.
Yeah.
Let's get the money shot. Let's get the money shot.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Ooh, look at that. Look at that Spanish writing. I don't know what that says.
The tobacco used in their manufacture. All sizes in the Monte Cristo brand are guaranteed to be of the finest quality, only the finest. The tobacco used in their manufacture being a selection and blend of the highest grade tobaccos procurable on the island of Cuba. Menendez y Garcia. 25 Monte Cristo number 5s.
That's a cool cabinet selection.
Lined up like a bunch of chorus girls.
I didn't get that part yet.
That's alright. Had to smuggle this box in here in my anus. So we'll divvy those up later on. Now we have that open. The box stays with me. You can have the... You might get 12.
Wow. Might.
Oh, Jesus. This is such an amazing treat. Now, I'm not going to pretend that these cigars are the best cigars I've ever smoked in my life, right? Partagas is really canoeing badly.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed by that.
Yeah,
I'm so
no.
sorry.
No, it's okay. Let's see if we can fix it.
That should start it, that side back up to being burned.
Yeah, it is.
Okay, excellent. That should help.
It's definitely like a different profile.
Yes, it's certainly it's very on your dry draw you described it as earthen, and I think that that's a really great descriptor for
Yeah.
these. It's there's even a bit of, I mean, it's not an overwhelming pepperiness that you'd get from, say, like a medium to full bodied cigar, but
Yeah.
there is certainly a spiced almost like spiced rum profile that I'm gaining off of these. And look at that, it's come back right back to life. That's excellent.
It tastes really good.
Don't say I never did anything for you. I just fixed that cigar with the lighter with no fluid.
I forgot to bring matches. I'm so sorry.
That's all right. That's all right.
Oh yeah, and it's burning good now. Just let it kind of. And I like you can definitely tell, like, the nicotine is very. Like, at this point in a regular cigar, I'd have a little bit of a nicotine buzz.
Mm-hmm.
This is like, did you notice that with the Monte Cristos too? That there's like a lot less.
It's there, but it's not, I think that's nominal that's what you should expect from a New World cigar. But with this, this is why they're able to smoke these cigars all day. You're not getting too much of a nicotine rush, and it's not front of
Dude,
the
because
palate.
we've had some, and like we've had a few that I just get such a head high from. It's like you almost feel sick.
Yes. Yeah. Where your stomach starts to bother you, but I mean, this is just, and I mean, I think partially it might be the psychology of smoking cigars that you're not supposed to be able to get your hands on, right? Because at some level, the forbidden fruit aspect is definitely toying with my mind. Because you have to remember, there are the new worlds that we have access to in America. Arturo Fuentes and even like Patron and these brands that Americans have access to that we smoke and we don't think twice about, that in other parts of the world they're well sought after. Those blends. because they only have the Cubans. Well, they don't only have the Cubans. They have a healthy mix of both, of course. But the Cubans are what they smoke all the time, and they have an inverse relationship with the New World cigars. You know, that's what they want to be able to smoke, and it's a very interesting cultural perspective.
It's got a smell to it. This one here. That's cool, but save that stuff.
Oh, all that. The whole box is stained. Tyler, tell me a little bit about what's going on your side of the table here.
On my side of the table, you know, we found a Blue Paw from good old Sea Dog Brewing.
Mm-hmm.
Tyler just found that in the yard.
We just found it in the yard.
Lulu was carrying it around.
Lulu brought it to me. Tastes great.
Excellent. How much alcohol is in that beer?
It's
not a lot.
5%.
Like 4.7. So it's like a Bud Light almost.
The alcohol content in beer in Iceland was very interesting. It's like 2.5 for your average Pilsner. It was they were treating it like it was
treat it like water. At this point.
Yeah. That's what Tim was talking. Like he talked about it like it was O'Doul's. Don't lose that.
Have you smelled the cigars?
These ones?
Yeah.
No, not since
there's
we
like
opened it.
like a mowed grass, but like nice mowed grass, not
yeah.
like,
This is like Bermuda bluegrass, Kentucky bluegrass, featherbed bent, and Northern Californian Sensimillion. The great stuff about this is you could play 36 holes on this in the afternoon, take it home in the evening, just get stoned to the bejesus belt off this stuff. Spackler bent. I mean, this might not be a podcast that makes it to air because we're spending all this time really trying to enjoy the cigars.
Yeah.
That this might be like a 20-minute episode that's just like a bonus episode for people that want to listen to dead air. But when we go inside, we're probably going to record something in the basement and actually try to like do a podcast. Does that make sense?
You know, we should treat the people to a bonus. You know, behind the paywall, maybe make it.
Oh, Patreon,
you know,
Patreon.com.
A little inappropriate, a little extra inappropriate.
Oh God, no, that was 25 minutes ago before Aiden and John left.
Yeah, when John tried to up.
That thing burned like so fast.
Yeah.
That's interesting. Mine was a little looser than yours, so I expected mine to burn really fast.
I don't know. It's kind of weird.
I mean, it's only been like, what, 10 minutes of that, like, going?
This is a Lancero, and you're like halfway through it, you sicko. Well, also, you were burning it trying to correct it.
Yeah.
I do apologize for that.
That's okay. I should
You know how expensive these were a piece?
How much were they a piece?
Well, let's see. It was $130 for this. Plus another, it was like what I Venmo requested you was to cover both items. It was like $25-$30 a piece for these. Because when I went to the store, I bought these two, the one in Reykjavik. I bought these two. I bought an H. Upmann half Corona, a lighter, and a cutter, and it was like $90.
The Lusitanias are probably like double these. They're like $40-$50.
Worth it. Very worth it. Yeah, I'm interested. That feels like the one that got away. So why don't I talk a little bit about my cigar journey while I was over there in Iceland? The suggestion from the community, and I'm gonna put these back in the bag with the humidification, just in case. The suggestion from the cigar community is to get them at duty free on your way into or out of the country. So on my way in, the Monte Cristos in the box were only available at arrivals. So I bought the box at arrivals. It was about $240, I think, for the box of the Monte Cristos. Which, if you extrapolate, it's like $8 a stick. So we did very well for ourselves.
I mean, and these are comparable in size and price to the Olivios that are that size. You know,
or like a Toro of Romeo and Julieta, which are, $10.
Yeah.
And you're these things will blow. You will love this blend. if it's anything like the number 4s that we smoke. Because I also bought, at Arrivals, I bought a 5-pack of Monte Cristo number 4s to enjoy while I was in Iceland. The idea was, if these were taken away by customs, the box, that I will have already had a few Monte Cristos while I was there. Specifically, I wanted at least one for after the race. I ran in a half marathon over there. I had a goal of finishing in less than 2 hours, and I wanted to treat myself to a nice Cuban if I was able to complete the race in under 2 hours, which I did. So immediately when we got back, we had a couple Cuban cigars, myself and my traveling companions.
Gary V.
Oh, shiza.
You gotta get one of those cigar like
Aprons.
That's hilarious that your brother is like working on that.
On that project.
Yeah, that's
making
funny.
that dude's website. So where was I? I bought the box of 5, and I was gonna buy a box of H. Upmann half Coronas. Those are basically the size and blend that have stayed largely the same since Kennedy smoked them in the 60s. And so I was gonna get a box of those as well, but when I picked those up, we had just flown in our red eye, and I didn't realize that we were at the departures store. And they were like, "Oh, can we scan your boarding pass? Because you're only supposed to buy from the departure store if you're leaving the country." And we were like, "Oh, here you go." And she's like, "No, you just got here. You got to go to the store downstairs." So we're like, "Oh, okay, we can go downstairs." So we go downstairs, and the H. Upmanns were not there, but the Monte Cristos were. So I was like, "Oh, okay, I'll just get a box of H. Upmanns on the way out." And I bought one at the store in Reykjavik, as well as these Partagas, that Will and I are enjoying. Basically just a hedge. You know, I was like, if for any reason I want to try an H. Upmann, and if I really enjoy it, then I'll buy the box on the way out. And I fucking loved that cigar. It was perfect. It only took about 25-30 minutes to smoke it, and it was just packed with flavor. I mean, it was just like bang. And it's super under the radar. It's like half the price of a box of Monte Cristos for a box of 25 of those, you know? And I was like, I'm absolutely getting a box of these on the way out. And when we go to departures to leave, there was none in the humidor.
Oof.
And that will forever be the box that got away.
So what did they have? Just like booze and a humidor at the...
Yeah, they basically had everything that you could... It was like a pharmacy. You could get, you could get like ibuprofen, everything from ibuprofen and body wash and soap and shampoo. You get everything from that to... There was also a liquor store. There was tobacco. There was beer.
Because I know they have like a lot of liquor there that you can't buy in the United States.
I thought about getting some liquor and bringing it back, but the logistics of doing that was very difficult. I didn't have a lot of room in my bags anymore.
Yeah.
I was gonna buy you, to go with that flask that I bought you. I was gonna buy you a box of their whiskey, but the whiskey that they make over there is fucking gross. It's called Floki, Floki.
Yeah.
And it is gross. It is super smoky in like the worst way. I mean, maybe you would have enjoyed it because your palate is much more refined for whiskey than mine, but I didn't know. I couldn't remember if you liked smoked whiskeys, but it was not.
I mean, that's all Isla is just like smoky.
Yeah, but this was
this was like a briny. Was it like briny or like?
It tasted like if you liquefied charcoal. Like, it was gross. That was the only flavor I was getting off of it. I mean, obviously, I love Lagavulin 16, but that's peated. That's not exactly a smoky, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's supposed to be smoky.
It was
but it's
vastly
like,
different than that.
But it's probably different.
But Iceland was cool. Iceland was awesome. We had a great time. We did half of our we did our main quest, but we did not complete the side quest, so we did not 100% Iceland. But that's okay. We try. And I was able to get these wonderful cigars and fill up my new humidor, and I think it was a success. And I'd love to go back someday.
And treat with the Icelandic people.
I'll bring over some real whiskey. I'll bring over some bourbon, and they give me the cigars. They did not love Americans.
I mean, a lot of people have been going there. I know like a lot of people that have gone there. Have you, Tyler?
No.
I've noticed that like a lot of people that I follow on Instagram go to Iceland.
Yeah, it's becoming a very touristy area.
It's like the Nashville of Europe. Everyone's got to go. That's another place like everyone wants to go to.
Yeah.
You know, and
That's
you know
such
when
an
I say
apt
we should go to
comparison.
Memphis,
Memphis.
as opposed to Nashville. Go to the other Tennessee city. Look at what's going on here.
What we got?
No, that was just a
Oh,
bee.
I thought you were going to take like a phone call. I'm like,
Just a big black wasp flying around. I think he's gone.
Mookie's got it.
Mookie just. Is this aggravating your
no, dude. I think it's
Allergies?
like the greasy pizza dude's making me kind of feel kind of weird.
That was not the best. Tony's has been better.
No, I agree. I only had like 3 pieces because of that.
Mm.
That was my first Tony's experience.
And
Pretty good.
it's okay. Okay.
Like,
Yeah,
okay.
dude. You know, I wasn't. I remember the first time we got it. It was cooked a little more. Like when
Yeah.
they said 10-15, I was like, I don't like the sound of that.
Oh.
Like 20 minutes. Like 20 minutes is a good.
20 minutes is acceptable. They should have had t-shirts.
I wish they had T-shirts. That would have been fun.
All of us would have bought t-shirts and it would have been great.
Oop.
Just
Hitters.
Not get that. Where did you get that?
Oh, there we go. I bought this at the tobacco store, the tobacconist that I visit in Maine.
Oh.
Jock has never steered me wrong. It just needed a little bit of adjusting. It's good now.
Tyler with the Revs hat. I just noticed that he was wearing a Revs hat.
He bought a lot of Revs gear. He wears it all the time. I love it. I've turned him.
This is...
Dude, I
what
wear
it
my
is.
kit, like, I just find myself wearing that, like, so often.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it's like, it's, 1, you don't need to iron it,
Which helps.
which helps, and 2, like, it's like a nice, like, you can wear it, like, I wore it to, my girlfriend, like, uncle had, like, a cookout at his summer house.
Yeah, it's very outdoorsy as opposed
But it's,
to
like,
a
very
polo.
easy to wear, like,
Yeah.
because it has that kind of, like V-neck, and, like, I've worn,
The
like,
material's
collar kits,
nice too.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's it's just that's the way that the sports jersey industry is. It's breathable. It's not super
But
heavy.
like all like soccer kits are like that.
Yeah.
Like I could probably wear that. Like I could wear that Liverpool kit that I got to like a cookout. or
direct
something.
from the Ukraine.
Yeah, dude, I can't believe I keep buying stuff from Grail from the Ukraine.
Slava Ukraina.
So I bought this. So Tyler, I bought this shirt, like this like $200 shirt from this guy on Grailed for like $30. And it was like the pictures like it'd been worn maybe like twice, and
Did the shirt come in yet?
Yeah,
no, the
just
first shirt came in, but it took like so I ordered it. I won it, like I guess like I won the offer because like he had like a few offers on the shirt, and I think I like won it like before I graduated, and it came like the week we did that like the podcast where it was you and Brandon.
Oh, wow.
But like I got this email at like 3 a.m. that it had shipped, and then I clicked on it when I woke up, and it was like UK like UKR postal, and then there was just like a bunch of like Cyrillic.
Oh, man.
So I'm like, this is like coming from the Ukraine.
Is Cyrillic? What is that? Is
That's
that
like the alphabet that they. That's like
the Russian alphabet?
Well, yeah, it's like the Slavic alphabet.
Mm.
They use like Cyrillic.
Gotcha. Yeah, those characters are very strange. I know that they have a very equal translation into English alphabet.
But it was like very like I was not expecting, like I knew it was being shipped from Europe and I was paying like $10-15 for shipping, but like I didn't understand where it was coming from, and then I got it and like the guy was like literally like low key like this could take up to like 50 days to get to you. He's like we are in like he's like you have seen the news, like you know what's going on. I sent a review. I was like sending you peace and love, brother, from the States. Like
we hate Russia too.
no, I was like I hope you're safe. Like thank you for the shirt. It was as is. Like couldn't ask for like an easier exchange from like.
How did you have to pay for something like that? Is
you
it
pay
like a
through
PayPal?
PayPal, yeah.
Yeah, okay. That makes
and then
sense.
it, like I think it converts it on his end when he accepts it. I don't know if PayPal is like a fee for that stuff though.
There's always some weird processing fee.
This bee is ruthless. He's
So,
just chilling out under the table.
This bee wants to start a boxing match with Paul.
You could
Two
be like
hits.
you could be like
he hits me.
you could be like Bert Kreischer. Bert Kreischer wrestled a bear. You can fight a bee.
You two are the next characters in the new fucking Super Smash Bros. Game.
You could be like Ant-Man. You can get down to the size of a bee. You could be like Barry Benson.
Awesome. This is an excellent cigar.
Yeah, it is.
B. Plan B. Kramer. Kramer.
Dude, like, that stuff's getting hard to find now.
What's that?
Plan B, dude. Baby formula, Plan B.
Oh yeah. I should have invested in what's the company that makes the Plan B pill? Their stock shot up.
Oh,
like
dude,
35%.
that's dark. That's like
No, but think about
I
it.
know, but that's like
I know it's awful. I don't like the situation.
I love how you're like. No, it is, but see, like it's good trading.
The people who are going to succeed in this market are the ones who see opportunity in tragedy.
Yeah, that's a fair assessment. It's just funny.
Tim and I
that,
talked
like,
about that while we were abroad. We were just like, shit, I wish I thought, my initial reaction to the news of that situation with the Supreme Court was disgust. I was disgusted. Of course I'm disgusted. But in the same breath, I wish I thought in that moment, how am I going to make fucking money off of this? And,
you just start hoarding Plan B and like selling it out of your.
I turn into the guy that was in like Chaz that was giving out guns. I'm just hoarding the wealth. Remember Chaz?
That was
Remember
crazy.
Chop or whatever it was? It
No,
was
it
like
was
an
called
autonomous zone.
Yeah, the what was it in Portland?
Yeah, Portland or Seattle. I want to say it was Portland.
It lasted like for a good amount of time too.
A couple of months.
Oh, that's funny. I wish that they had like. This all could have been avoided too if like they had just kept to like what the kind of like the actual issue of the case was, like.
Dude, this bee is relentless.
I don't.
Yeah, I know he's fucking with the
where-
flow. He's like it's like a it's like a black wasp.
He's relentless.
I think it might be because of the smoke.
Is he a psyop?
Yeah,
It's
like,
right at my chair.
I'm gonna get stung.
It's a psyop. That's Vlad. That's Vladimir Putin. Yeah, this episode's not making it to air.
Yeah, we're gonna have to do one in the
Gonna
in the
have
basement.
the basement.
Go to the
We can talk about
conversation
Roe v.
pit.
Wade. We can talk about. I think my thing about it. My thing about when we can talk about this in the actual podcast. But like, if they had just kept to like, if they had just said, okay, like no abortions after 15 weeks, that's literally like every single country in Europe's stance on abortion.
Yeah.
Like, and it wouldn't, and like people obviously would have been upset about it, but I don't think
It
it
might
would
have been a touch more reasonable.
And I think most people would have been like, oh, okay, like that's understandable. But now you've upset that other, like the other people that like aren't, like don't know what's going on.
Mm-hmm. This fucking
Yeah.
bee, dude.
This is the B
I
episode.
sit down and he just comes right back.
Ruthless.
I try to get out, and they pull me back in.
He's really fucking with the vibes.
The vibes.
The vibes used to be immaculate.
The bee clearly wanted to be a part of the pod.
So what, Mr. B? What's your stance? What's your stance on abortion?
He's the pro-life psyop.
There's something eminently cool about smoking.
Cigars.
Cool.
Not cigarettes. No cigarette.
Cigarettes are pretty cool too.
I would never smoke a cigarette.
I've smoked cigarettes. I've
Yeah.
had them. I don't smoke cigarettes, but I have.
I've had
smoked.
one hit of a cigarette.
It's the worst.
It's disgusting.
like,
Yeah, they're pretty vile.
My roommate
sit down and
freshman
he's going to
year,
show right back
my,
up.
my roommate freshman year of college, he used to smoke not the Camel Crushes, like the blue cigarettes.
Mm-hmm.
You know the ones I'm talking about?
oh, were they like American Spirits or something?
No, American Spirit's like red.
Because they come in like the different colored boxes of like yellow.
I think
orange,
Camel
and
also
blue.
makes a blue one, and it's like a.
No,
It's
but
like-
the cigarette is called blue,
Oh, I don't know.
and they were like
I-
flavored.
Ew, like menthol.
No, they smelled like they were kind of like menthols. I think they were menthols.
I know what you're talking about now.
And like he let me have a hit of one once, and I was just like, "This is gross."
This
Like I didn't even inhale. I smoked it like a cigar. I was like, "This is disgusting."
I've smoked cigarettes. I don't inhale. I inhale them like cigars, you know, and that's enough for me. Fuck off, buddy.
Yeah, this bee is gonna get Paul to say something that he can never take back.
He's relentless.
It's relentless.
I sit down for 2 seconds, and he's in my face. This is like the 4th time I've had to stand up and walk away. Maybe if I sit at the other side of the table.
Might just follow you, but you're welcome. I don't know which one that
Hey.
was.
Stay out of there. The rules. Lulu's gone to war with the bees before. We had a real problem with the bees once with her. Have you heard
we're
about this?
getting like no, I don't remember. I don't even remember this.
Oh, this
This
is
must
a
have been-
horrible story. She was young. We had just gotten her, and it was like the first or the second summer we had her. And we're out here, and she was digging around like right here. She was sniffing around right here in this bush. And a swarm of yellow jackets came out from the ground, and she was covered in bees. She was rolling around, and I was like, "Ow! I just got stung by a bee! Ow! I just got stung by..." I was like out here playing with her, and then I look over, and she's covered in bees, rolling around on the ground. I'm talking like her fur wasn't white; her fur was just entirely like yellow and black, because she was covered in bees. And I ran over and I scooped her up and I ran inside. We had like 5 bees get inside the house, and my dad's allergic, so we had to like hunt them down and shit. It was horrible.
Yeah.
So it's on site with her and the bees, that's for sure. On site. Holy shit! You're like well ahead of me here, Mr.
Well, we
Hardiman.
also had to like that was like burning a little hot, so I'm just kind of letting it.
letting it mellow.
It's like it's got like a cedar wood quality to it.
it does.
I like it. It's not as heavy as I was expecting it to be.
In a good way.
In a good way. It's a very like. It's mild nicotine. It's. Like I think you could have like, maybe 2 or 3 of these, like, you know, maybe golfing or, you know, just sitting around shooting the shit, kind of thing.
Yeah, I can see myself smoking. I mean, I would never because it seems like a waste to smoke one of those Cubans on the golf course.
Yeah.
But the size, it's about the fact that they're the small toros, and they might not even be toros. They might not be big enough to be toros. Let's see. I want to see the what bodied are the 898s.
Yeah, did you see Christian Eriksen's playing at Man United?
I did. I saw that.
Dude, isn't that crazy? Like,
did they make a deal for him, or did he just sign like a free transfer?
I'm not actually sure. I think it was a free transfer, but don't quote me. They might have paid a little money for him.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, it's crazy. They've let so many people walk. They let Pogba walk. They let they let Pogba walk, which was huge.
Mm-hmm.
He went back to Juventus for free.
The old free transfers.
Which is crazy, dude. He took less money than they were offering him and than what PSG was offering him. He took like 8.5. Like PSG was offering him like 14.5.
I wonder why.
I think he might just have liked playing for Juventus. I mean, Turin is like really like Turin and Milan are two probably the best like soccer cities probably in like the world. I mean, but good for Christian Eriksen, dude. I thought he was like dead.
Yeah.
Last year during the Euros.
That was terrifying.
That was like horrifying, dude.
Mookie's so funny. His bark is ridiculous.
I remember watching that game. And like he like
they put the camera on his poor wife.
Yeah, like honestly, I feel like though they like didn't know
what they were doing.
No, I don't think they knew what to do. Like I just think they had no idea. I mean, that's like when I think when Dale Earnhardt was in that bad accident where he died at Daytona. I remember they like put it on like his like in the pit. They like put it on the team and like the people that had been like his like mechanics and like pit crew for years, and they were like physically, but they just like did not know what to do. And then like they did that like a couple times, and then they just like kind of like held the broadcast basically, and like didn't show anything. Like it had come to the point where like this dude is like dead, and they were like, okay, like we'll stop showing like.
They had to have the players surround Christian Eriksen. They made like a wall around him.
Yeah,
right?
so no one could really like see. Yeah, because they didn't want anyone obviously. Did they know like why that happened? Was that just like
it was a freak arrhythmia incident or something? As far as I'm aware.
And then there was that other guy who had to retire. He played for Man City, and then was it Aguero? Man City and Barcelona.
I don't know.
I found this on the web.
Yeah, it was Sergio Aguero. He retired because of a heart condition. He scored the famous Aguero with a 10 million O's goal for the first time they won the Premier League.
Wow.
The first time they won the league in like since it's like people have been alive. I think the last time they won it was like 62 before
Goodness.
that. Yeah, the Aguero. Yeah, because they unveiled that like
Ronaldo
weird
with the hair.
Ronaldo and that's like, dude, he scored like at least
20,
a dozen goals in
like
that World
20
Cup.
goals.
Imagine having you get all of your head shaved except for the front part of your hair.
Like this part right here, he had a triangle.
He had a triangle.
No thanks.
And it was dyed like blonde.
No,
It was like bleach blonde.
no, he didn't bleach it.
Was his hair naturally bleach blonde? Because that's what it was.
That's what it was. I thought it like I thought it started out as like his regular hair color and then he bleached it.
Oh, well.
He scored like at least a dozen goals in that World Cup.
For whatever reason, I had this image in my head that he had a dirty blonde, but it is just brown.
Yeah. That's when he played for he played like that for Real Madrid too. Like imagine playing in front of like that many people and probably one of the biggest media markets in the world for sports.
Well, I just...
Dude, he scored 20 goals that World
With
Cup.
that.
With that.
Quite a few of them with his head.
I mean, I'm sure when you have a haircut like that, you try to distract as many players as possible. This way they think you're not
Dude,
that
like,
nice.
and you know what? Honestly, like, I don't even really know how. I know it was like many years ago, so like my memory of it is like just so distorted.
Yeah.
But like, he wasn't like he was just such a physically like dominant. Like I don't even think he was athletic. I mean, also like I remember him like watching
He's kind
him
of thick.
on television at the point that like we were seeing him like on TV, like we were more like just aware as people. He was like fat and old and would like go out with Ronaldinho to the club.
But he was kind of thick back then.
Yeah,
too.
he was. Yeah.
98 World Cup, 2002 World Cup.
Can you hit me with a little light just to relight this?
Mm-hmm. There you go. You're back to life.
Yeah, that was wild.
No, it's definitely moving into like a full-bodied smoke, at least for me.
Think about that team. Cafu was on that team. In defense, you had him and Ronaldinho. Who was the midfielder? Who was in the midfield for that team?
In the 2002 Brazil year, he scored.
That was the one in Japan, right? That was the World Cup.
He had 12 appearances, 11 goals.
Yeah. Was that the Japanese? That was the one in Japan, right? Japan and South Korea. Is that the World Cup that he scored all those goals? But who was on that team? Cafu was on that team. Ronaldinho.
It was in Korea and Japan.
Yeah, it was Ronaldinho, him, Cafu. Who was the midfielder? He played for Madrid.
Denmark, France, Uruguay. What group were they in? Paraguay, Slovenia, South Africa, Spain, Brazil. Marcos in net. Holy shit.
Yeah, Marcos in net.
Cafu.
Lucio.
On defense.
Cafu was on that team too, I think.
Yeah, Cafu was the captain.
Yeah.
What a Cardinho. Gilberto Silva.
Yeah.
Oh my god, this was a crew. Ronaldo and Ronaldinho.
There was some like wild midfielders too. But imagine like you play for AC Milan, you have Cafu and Maldini in the backfield.
Roque Jr. Roque. He played for Milan. Roque.
Yeah.
Guy from Lyon. Holy shit. Roberto Carlos. from
Yeah,
Madrid.
Roberto Carlos was on that
Mhm.
team. That's
Rivaldo from
Yeah.
Barcelona. Oh my god, that was such a squad. No wonder they won.
Rivaldo, Cafu, Ronaldinho, Ronaldo, like the Ronaldo. Who's using your car now, Paul?
Jose Kleberson. My dad had the Corolla.
Yeah,
My dad has taken it back to use it to drive back and forth to work when he has to go to work.
that's not bad. Instead of taking the truck.
Yeah, he has to go, I think, once a week.
That's just like imagine that as your national team. And I mean, they've come back, like, I think they've come back nicely. I think they have a shot this year to win it in Qatar. I think them and France have like
France just come off it, right? So it's like they're the team to beat.
yeah, and they also have always had a good.
They always feel the good squad, which is weird. You never think of France. You think of Portugal. You think of Spain. I think of Germany. I don't think of France.
Yeah, like a lot of it's sneaky.
Is it remnants of the French Empire?
Yeah, but it's like not only that, but like it's kind of sneaky because like a lot of the like Brazil fields a lot of the talent, a lot of the South American like the people that you see in club. You know, when you think of like club play, you think of like now it's Mbappe, you know, and Zinedine Zidane, and like now it's like Mbappe and Benzema. But like most of the best players in the world were like, you know, Portuguese, Argentinian, German, like Robin, Thomas Mueller, like guys like that, like the German players. It's just like kind of wild to think that like they have such a good team.
The Danes, weirdly, a pretty good squad.
Yeah, and
Danes.
the Netherlands usually has like a pretty good team too.
Yeah. It's so right because the talent, the pool of talent in those countries is so small but so deep.
Yeah.
And I think that's the thing that is so interesting about.
Yeah, like you even think about the Netherlands, like they had like Van Nistelrooy and Bergkamp. And like all of these like just insane players, like randomly insane
and it's
players.
from a country the size of Rhode Island.
Yeah, I mean now they have like who do they have? Like they have Virgil van Dijk and a couple other like pretty big names. It's just like very strange that they're like Italy isn't in it this year, but Italy usually has like a pretty good team. It's sad that they didn't make it, but
Yeah, I was so happy to see them win Euros that it's I mean, but this is what the second in a row that they've missed pool play. They didn't qualify in 2018.
no, they didn't. They won it in 2008, right?
Yeah, but that was like Francisco Totti.
Yeah.
I mean, that squad was ridiculous.
Yeah, because they still had Maldini and
I think that was about the time. It was right when Chiellini probably started playing. Because he's like 40.
yeah. Yeah, they had Pirlo.
He would have been around that time, yeah.
Yeah. And they had what's his face from Juventus, Del Piero. He's now on like ESPN FC, which is hilarious. He's like one of the most legendary Juventus players. Dude, his kit is on.
Oh, it was 2006.
It was 2006. Yeah, it was 2006.
In Germany. Let's see about that side. Let's see about that squad. Let's see. Which group would they have been in? I'm going to have to just scroll through the groups until I find them. The German side was not that bad. Schweinsteiger was 21 at the time. Philip Lahm.
Was
Podolski.
Kahn still playing at that point in 2006? Was Kahn still the goalkeeper?
Yep.
Oliver Kahn.
He was a part of the squad. I don't know, and they fielded quite a few goalies. Because they also had Hildebrand.
Yeah, he also probably was like 900 at that point.
And
Your dad's
Lehman.
Your dad's getting down with Mookie.
Hildebrand was only 27.
He's like, listen, Mookie,
Have a seat.
have a seat.
Why don't you have a seat? Sweden. Trinidad and Tobago made it into group stage. That's right. Oh my God! The Argentinian side had Gabriel Hines. Wow. And Leo Franco. Messi was 18. Jesus Christ.
He was playing on the first team, like on the
biggest
like
stage.
usually you're playing in like U18, U20 when you're like 18 years old. Like you're not playing with like the actual first team. But he's like an alien. He's not even from Argentina. He's from outer space.
he's not
He's
human.
not even from this world.
All right, here's the Italy team. Buffon was in
Yeah,
that.
Buffon. Yeah.
Cannavaro was the captain.
Yep.
Fabio. Del Piero. There's Totti. Totti was only 29 only.
What is that?
Vincenzo Giaquinta. Yeah, here was Pirlo. Pirlo was 27. Marco Mazzarotta. Materazzi, excuse me.
Yeah, Materazzi.
Pirlo was playing with Milan at the time. They fielded a team almost exclusively of Italian players. Like Italian, they were playing for club play. They were all from Italy.
Yeah, most Italians play in Italy. That's like a big thing. I think it's same with the
here's
Premier
the
League.
U.S. side. Tim Howard, Chris Albright, Clint Dempsey, Claudio Reyna was the captain.
You don't know where I'm from, Clint Dempsey. You don't know where I'm from. He used to say that to people when he played. What did he play? Did he play for He played for like Tottenham or Chelsea.
Well, I mean, he played on the American Fulham, Tottenham. He had 189 apps for Fulham. Holy shit.
Yeah, when he played for Fulham, he used to tell people, "You don't know where I'm from." Like, people would try to trash talk him, and he'd be like, "You don't know where I'm from."
Greg Berhalter was on the squad at the time, not the coach. Brian Ching from the Dynamo. Jimmy Conrad out of the Kansas City Wizards. Stop it.
The Wizards aren't even a team anymore.
Well, they're Kansas. They're
Yeah.
SKC, you know. Brian McBride. Oh, cover athlete. Brian McBride. Cover athlete of Red Card Soccer. It's like NFL Blitz and
Yeah,
NHL
yeah, it's
hits.
the same thing.
They made a soccer version of that. Excuse me, a football version of that. Yeah, it was called Red Card, and the cover athlete was Brian McBride.
Why could they only get like MLS?
I'm pretty sure it was national teams. I own it. I have it back in Maine. I'll play it, and I'll circle back. I just remember the control scheme was cancerous. It was like X to pass, A to lob pass.
You want to talk about like raging? Just Tyler, if you ever want to see this man rage, have me and him play on the same strikers team.
Oh man.
Tyler was around for some strikers.
Yeah, but he wasn't there when you, me, Teddy, and Ryan played, and you got stuck with me, and I was like, woohoo, woohoo, and you're like, ah.
I should never lose a game of Super Mario Strikers. I'm better than everybody else. That's just
Yeah, but when your teammate has about a striker's IQ of like 1.
the amount of wonder strikes I would score. You pull the goalie a little bit, and you can just lob them pretty much every time. It's cheap.
What I liked is that we were using that power up, like the.
No, that goal that thing is stupid. I'm a big fan of keeping that off.
What is it? You get so many like.
If you score using the super strike, which you can only do it when you're playing as your character. You know how it's like you can pick from Mario, DK, Peach.
Yeah.
And then you get assistants, to fill out the rest of the squad. It could be like a team of Toads or a team of Hammer Bros or whatever.
Yeah.
And you can only do the super strike if your user character is your main guy, and you just hold down B, and then it like time slows down, and you just do like this little you gotta hit the 2 bars on the sides.
Yeah.
And it gives you 2 goals, which if you create enough space, you should score every time, and it's so stupid. That's the one thing I don't like about that game, is that mechanic. But it is what it is, I'm afraid.
It's like I always turn the Smash Ball off in Smash Brothers.
Yeah, it's just like that. That's a very astute comparison. It's just something that, like, for whatever reason, it's like Smash Ball Smash Ball is a free stock.
You could be as bad as me at Super Mario Strikers and win off of, like,
Nonsense.
hitting those striker.
Mm-hmm.
A new version of the game came out.
Oh, Strikers, yeah.
Yeah.
I thought about buying it, but
How'd you enjoy the John's album? I thought it was good.
yeah.
I thought it was
It
good.
was
Like
good.
I thought it was good, like good listening music.
Yeah, it's
Like
very
I'd
much
put that
just
on.
like
I'd put that on while I was like
while
writing
you're
an essay.
studying or whatever.
Yeah, I wouldn't do like
100%.
multiple choice questions to it just because it's so like erratic.
Yeah.
But like I definitely like if I'm writing an essay, I usually listen to music.
I like music that doesn't have. I like instrumentals. I really.
Yeah, and that's like that's a good balance because it keeps your attention because it's got like
enough riffs,
like not like clips in it of people speaking and stuff.
Aiden's little.
Dude,
feature.
that is the most out of place.
That was so awesome.
That was so funny.
That was awesome. Watcher Part 2 coming at you live tonight at 12 midnight. Oh, I should also mention this is Saturday, July 9th. How is it already July?
Yeah, I know. It's crazy.
It's fucked.
Life moves too quickly.
Yeah, I think everyone's making like. I don't even think John like meant to make like dance music while everyone else was making dance. Because Drake came out with a dance album. That song that Beyonce dropped was like a dance.
Oh, that Drake album was so bad. I'll take Jay Willie's album 10 out of 10 times.
Yeah, that was like.
Honest to God.
Have you heard any of it yet?
No.
Unbiased.
I don't listen to new music, man. I know 3 Drake songs, and one of them is Marvin's Room.
Yeah, just because of me.
Yeah, I didn't even know that was a Drake song.
We should release Donnie's Room
As a single.
as a single. I want John to drop it as a single. Under like that's how we start the like the Nebulous Tracer.
The project.
Yeah. I hope he has fun celebrating tonight though. The album and his birthday, like
I'm so excited for him.
yeah, it's cool, like because I think he's been wanting to do that, like since
He's been trying to get it out there for so long.
Yeah, I think he's just been trying to get it out of him, like of himself, since you introduced me to him. Because the first one came out, like, dude, that was
2019 or 2020.
Yeah, like no, like probably before, probably like 2018, 2019.
Has it been that long?
Yeah, because like we listened to it when you were in Lakeville, and then I think it had
Yeah, but that
come
was
out-
summer of 2020, right?
No, that was summer of 2019.
Let's see. Northern Texas Fantasy. Kuwaiti Dream was 2019.
Yeah, so he's been like trying to get that out for a while.
I remember when he had his long hair arc. I'm happy that he got a little cut. I expected him to roll up in like Balenciaga clothes, like a jumpsuit today. That was a very muted.
Dude,
that was still like an out there outfit, but that was a very muted.
I love his style. He just wears whatever he wants.
I love it. I love that. I don't give a fuck about what anybody thinks attitude that he has. What the hell?
That's the Zidane headbutt from the end of the World Cup, the 2006 World. Speaking of the 2006 World Cup,
Darth Vader.
One of the greatest moments. Someone said that's one of the worst moments in the history of football, and I'm like, dude, that guy said like literally said something about like Zidane's like mother that was in the hospital, like or like sister. They were like dying, and he was like he said something to him like, what would you do? Would you like show restraint at that? Like no. Get out of here, dude. I'd beat the crap out of the guy. I think my favorite soccer moment is when Suarez bit that guy when he played for Liverpool. And then he was suspended for like the first 7 games of the next season, scored the most goals in the history of the Premier League that season.
I may be biased. But AJ Suarez pushing over the keeper.
That is a pretty good. I've seen that clip. I forget like who was playing, but I've seen that clip.
It was in the MLS Cup.
Oh yeah, it was. I don't know who AJ Suarez was playing for at the time. No, I don't even remember.
2014.
Yeah.
MLS Cup. He was with us. That was when the Revs lost to the Galaxy. He pushed the Galaxy keeper over.
Oh my god. Wow, I remember with that. That was like a huge deal. Like I wasn't even like into the MLS back then. I would just like watch like the Premier League. That's like the only soccer that I watched. And I don't even know if I watched it like that deeply back then.
Here's the GIF. Helps him up.
Who was coaching the Revs at the time?
That was Jay Heaps. No, that wasn't Jay Heaps' first year. Jay Heaps was still playing at that time. Mark Geiger was the head referee.
Flex. Wow. NYFC really got the drop on us. That's unfortunate. That's our first loss in a while, though. Dude, they like always seem to have. I don't know what that is. I don't know if it's like it borders on match fixing. How much they have our number.
Yeah. Oh, Jay Heaps was managing at that time. Okay.
What do you think about that, Paul?
About NYC?
Yeah.
We knew the road to the cup was going to go through them last year. We were ill prepared. It's unfortunate.
Oh, this thing kind of died out. Fuck. You think that's a good place to kind of call it on this one, Paul?
Yeah, you can if you're done.
I mean, it was a great cigar. It's just I don't know between the.
I'm getting a crazy ass head buzz now.
Oh yeah, because you're reaching the end. This is the end. Da-da-da. That movie and Full Metal Jacket are both on Netflix right now. Have you ever seen either Apocalypse Now or? Oh, you gotta show them at least one of them.
Well, I've never seen Apocalypse Now.
You've never seen Apocalypse Now?
That's why I remember when I wanted to watch something in an alternate headspace, and you were like, "You should watch it." I was saying, you said I should watch
Eyes Wide Shut.
Eyes Wide Shut, and I was like, "What about Apocalypse Now?" And you're like, "No, it's way worse."
It is way worse.
I do want to watch that at some point. I have the Steelbook Blu-ray just sitting on my shelf back in
The redo.
in Maine.
The redo.
No, I have both the original and Redux. I don't know which one to watch. They say to watch the original. Some people say that. Some people say watch Redux. I don't know which one to watch.
Redux is longer.
But I hear that it's like George Lucas. Like he just put a little too much shit in there, sort of a thing Coppola did.
Yeah, like I think I might not be wrong because I haven't seen like the original cut of it in like a really long time.
Mm-hmm.
But it's like in between, like probably like halfway, and when they meet like Brando's character, there's like a lot of in that area. I felt like, and I think the beginning of the movie is like that opening with "This is the end" is a little bit longer. It's like more of him toiling. I don't want to give too much of the movie away, but Full Metal Jacket's crazy. That's like a front-loaded movie, though. The second half of it is just like a come down from the midway point.
Everything on Paris Island in that film is unbelievable.
And then you go into that movie thinking like the second half of the movie is just going to be like the Vietnam part of it is just going to be so crazy.
And it's not.
And it's not. It's almost like
it's muted. I mean, compared to the opening. You know?
Yeah. But I think that was the whole point of it.
The opening scene of all the guys getting their hair cut, and just like the pain in the young men's faces. I think about that. How we're like one lifetime removed from. We could have, we're born.
And I think that was the whole point of the movie. Was that like it was supposed to be like after all of what he saw just in that like the war became just so numb because he just became so used to it. It's like an interesting because a lot of people criticize that movie for being like pro-war. They like misconstrued, even though like
it goes back to what we were talking about with American Psycho or The Wolf of Wall Street. That people take the wrong impression from all these projects.
I think my favorite one of those, and I don't know how true this is like American Sniper. Like Clint Eastwood, I think even said that it wasn't a pro-war movie.
Yeah, don't tell all the, wannabe, what's the word I'm looking for? Not agents. What's the word you use?
Operators?
Operators, thank you. Don't tell the wannabe operators that.
Wannabe the operators? Dude, we should do that. We should go like undercover and go to one of those like militia, like training things in like the middle of the woods.
Out in like Oregon.
Like in Oregon, like
Idaho.
Some guy did it and like he went to the border and did like that border thing. like this like investigative journalist.
He went to the border?
Yeah, with like one of those like protect the border like groups.
Get a life. Get a job, sir. That's what I say.
He said that he said like the border patrol agents were like happy that like someone else was doing the job. They were like, "Yeah, how you guys doing tonight? Like, you guys okay? Like, you need water?" And they were like, basically like, "Yeah, thank you for like doing what we have to do, and like we hate it."
Well, it's like it's similar, I think, to the experience of what happened with some of the riots in 2020. You know, I'm thinking mainly of the Rittenhouse group of people that were just like, we're going to take it upon ourselves to go protect a used car lot. It's like, what are you doing?
Yeah, and I mean, like if I'm a cop, like I'm certainly gonna be happy that like just some like rockhead is like doing my job. They're gonna get in trouble if anything bad happens. I don't really have to do anything about it. Like, I don't blame someone. Like, dude, like I'm not going out there and facing people. They're like hitting people with bike locks and like crazy stuff. Like, they're doing crazy shit out in the street.
Dancing in the street.
Dancing.
Taking it to the streets.
Dancing in the street. You just play the Van Halen version of that. All around. I always wanted to like go and observe like a protest, like one of those protests, but like I don't want to get like you get like mixed up in like what's going on.
Yeah.
And like, and not to say that like, you know, I don't want to get involved, because I do think there are like certain causes that I could probably like see myself maybe like doing a little chant or like, you know, power to the people. Like I respect what you're like you know, like obviously like
What's
protesting
your opinion
about
on Israel Palestine?
I don't know. Didn't Aiden go to one of those?
Yes, he did.
But
He
like
went with
I
a
felt
friend of
like
mine,
I felt
a friend of ours.
I feel like
Okay.
though like that like
One
you
of those, sorry, it was a pro-Palestine rally before anyone tries to cancel him.
but I feel like though if it goes south and it like turns in a direction that's like
Violent.
yeah, like violent, you don't want to get caught up.
You don't want
If
to be
you're
in a
not there to
volatile situation.
Yeah, if you're not there to like get down with the violence, like you don't want to get caught up in that. I feel like just as like not even a matter of principle, just for your own safety. And you also don't want to be one of those people that just gets like randomly arrested, because that happens all the time. Like
When they try to just bust it up. Yeah.
you know, and like you know,
At some point they just say, "All right, that's it."
yeah, and you know,
Anyone who's left, take them out.
yeah, and you know, and you can say you're media or whatever till you blue in the face, but like, I mean, that's like they're just gonna arrest you until they find out otherwise. That happened a lot during like 2020. Like all these journalists are like, why am I in
They
jail?
arrested like New York Times reporters.
Yeah, and I mean, I get with you being like upset about that, because that is shitty, and they shouldn't do it. But also like, how many people are gonna claim that they're media just to get out of being arrested?
Yeah, you should be able to show some kind of credential though.
Yeah, you should be able to. I agree with that, but it's just kind of funny. Like one of them was like, when I had Twitter, one of them was complaining about it on Twitter, and like someone tweeted at them like, maybe they were just like arresting people and they weren't just gonna take your word for it. The smoke was coming in the house. I
bet.
I remember your mom commented one time.
Yeah, she
It
did.
stinks. That was so funny.
Oh my goodness. I'm just looking at the rosters from the 20
2020.
no, the 2014 MLS Cup. I'm looking at the two rosters. AJ Soares didn't even see a card for that. AJ De La Garza and Omar Gonzalez. Wonder where they ended up. Oh, right.
Where did they end up?
They play for the Revs now.
Oh. Was that when the Galaxy were like really good?
Yeah, that was the end of their.
Now it's LAFC.
It was the end of the Empire. Yeah, LAFC's kind of a wagon. They made all these signings. I mean, Gareth Bale. Maybe we should. Why don't we save the Gareth Bale talk for the actual episode? Because you have a lot of interesting points of view on Bale.
That whole situation is so strange.
a free transfer. He's not a designated player, so he doesn't count for. He has an international slot, obviously, but he doesn't count against their 3 designated player cap. I don't know how much you know about the MLS's financial, how they set up roster selection for parity, but basically,
We should save this for the...
I mean, I don't even know very much about it, so I'll do my best to explain
Okay.
it on the other podcast. You know, the real one. This is the premium shit. This is just for people.
This is the one where... This is the one
They
where
just
Paul-
listen to Dead
This is the
Space.
one where Paul says something worse than I said an hour ago. And gets us all sent to jail.
Yeah, you over there talking about you know, God knows what
Stuff.
and things. There's a sweetness on this now. This is taking a very interesting turn in the final third.
Yeah.
I just got a blast of almost like vanilla.
Yeah, I did too a little bit at the end. It got like very light. It's a very deceiving... Like the wrapper is dark, but it's
Yeah, it's a Maduro, but it's not like a, you know. Thank God it's not an Oscuro. That's just too. It's too much. Hey, little bird. The chickadee's back. That's the mascot.
the bee is back.
Is he?
No.
I haven't seen him in a minute.
Yeah, it's been a while.
We gotta save that menu. I'll take that menu home.
That's why I picked it up.
Oh. You wanted
I
me to
figured
have
you'd
a
want it
little swag from Tony's place?
since they weren't selling T-shirts.
Dude, I'm so mad. You gotta get in contact with the...
Just be like, hey,
Doesn't the owner have like a Twitter presence?
He does. He's a clown. Elio. They call him Mr. Ice.
No way.
Stop.
He does barstool gambling shit, dude. Here,
What?
Oh yeah, well he's friends with
Portnoy.
yeah. He's old like I don't know how they know each other. I
See if I
mean
can find a video of him.
we were talking about that earlier.
I didn't know that the sun was out. I didn't even know that the sun was out today. Those damn horses keep running in circles. I keep getting the second or third place guy. Taking the 1 to win here. I think it's going to be a fast pace. Someone's going to close. I don't know, either 1, 7, but I bet the 1. Let's go. All right, let's go, baby. Come on, Belmont. Race, what do we got? Race 5. 4 to win. 4 to win. 411 exacta box. Look at this. Listen. Family's away today in Pittsburgh. So that means me and Belmont Park have a...
Family's away, Ice will play. Dude looks insane.
He is.
Listen.
That's awesome
I
though.
love how every video of him, he's like touching his shirt and his hat. Like I think he does drugs. Like he's on cocaine.
This is definitely not making on it. That's like borderline.
Slanderous?
I think that's like pretty much.
Is that slanderous?
Yeah, because that could be opinion construed as fact.
I said I think.
Listen.
Look at these sunglasses.
System I got going on.
This is what happens when you
Because
gamble,
my team
dude.
lost.
Like, but I've noticed that people that sports gamble, they have like weird like ritual things that they do.
Yeah, like the guy that rolled up the pamphlet, that rolled up the program, and he was smacking his own ass trying to get his horse to go.
Yeah.
Have you seen that video?
Yeah, I have seen that video. My girlfriend's dad was watching a video at her uncle's 4th of July party of this guy playing craps. Because he'll go to the casino and like bet on games in Rhode Island and then like play craps. And he was like watching this video on craps. It was so funny. He was critiquing the guy. He's like, this guy is the shittiest gambler I've ever seen. Like, that's not even how you play.
Listen, Philadelphia won
No
everything
hedge.
they needed to. They won, like,
He's wearing a
100 to
Tony
so
shirt.
easy that you could go to bed like a minute.
I think he's in Tony's, dude.
Yeah, it looks like he's in the basement.
He's in the basement.
In the office.
In the office. I need the shirt.
He's with the boss.
He's with the boss there
He's meeting with the boss.
to pay off some debts.
Mm. These fucking sunglasses, I can't.
I love it.
Listen, I'm all about streaks, baby. I'm all about streaks.
You need to tweet at him and say we're fans of Tony's. Can you please? We would love.
To purchase your shirts.
We would love polos. That would be like I would pay for a Tony's place like polo.
I think I would too. The caption of this is just me.
Listen, is you cut steak tips for 40 people, okay? I'll show you how I cut it, right? Against the grain.
You're not going against the grain. You're just turning it 90
Against
degrees.
the grain. Yeah, you're gonna cut it against the grain for flavor. That's a.
He's using a.
That's an innuendo. I'm
It's
a
a
right
cheese
hand
knife.
guy, even though I bat left handed. That's innuendo for sure.
Oh, now who's opinion misconstrued as fact over here. With
Yeah,
my
but that's
lawyer.
not defamation. That's just.
I like how I have my lawyer on the podcast to make sure that I don't get in trouble.
What you said, I think, could technically. I mean, it's a very loose. It's very loose defamation.
Yeah.
But like, it could be that's opinion that could be.
We get a cease and
construed as
desist
fact.
letter that
From-
also
from-
has the polos in it. Elio, come on.
No, dude,
Come
you
on,
should
the
tweet at him.
polos.
I would get a polo. I'd get a Tony Clee polo.
I wonder if they sell them. We should have asked. Should have asked. I'd go back. He seems like a good family guy. He puts videos of his kids on there.
They got a website.
Yeah, they do. That's where you can order off like the menu.
Ordering gift card, menus, specials, about. Since 1969, Tony's of West Roxbury has been serving up some of the best Italian food. Okay.
I've actually never had like an Italian dinner from there.
They need to have merch. Because I would wear that shirt just for like. I don't even know how that just like became a thing. I don't even know where that came from.
You liked the food. You liked the food, right?
Yeah, I think it's like that style of pizza is like. I'm not gonna slander it and say that it's like Papagino's.
It's
But
not.
It's
even
not.
close.
It's not even close. It's that like Papagino's. I would say is Tony's Place style pizza.
Mm.
But Tony's is just so much better. The sauce is really good. Just getting around to watching the highlights first half. Farrell did not cover himself in glory, did he? No, Farrell was terrible.
Seems about.
Dude, when we all went to the game and he scored that, or he let that goal go by, was that Farrell?
That was
or-
Omar.
That was Omar.
Oh, don't get me started.
Because
Oh, that was awful.
Omar was the one who tried to kick the ball across the other side of the field, and it
Yeah.
went straight to somebody from Philly.
Yeah, don't pass across your own goal mount. What is he, a fucking toddler?
Yeah, well, I thought I took one look at that and I'm like, I thought he was thinking he was gonna score.
Look, I saw him kick.
He
the
was like a
ball.
midfielder trying to kick it in. He was trying to get the number 9 activated. That was on some like Trent Alexander type shit.
He was like,
He was trying to kick it in the box.
yeah, he was like right outside our own 18. And he made a blindside pass across his body. It was horrible.
Steve got so pissed.
Who's the guy from the Chicago Cubs that like caught that ball against the Marlins? What was his name? Remember that the guy who caught the ball at the Marlins Cubs like
Oh, like the fan in the
NL Pennant game?
stands?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm trying to think of his name.
Oh, he was like,
he was like listening to the radio.
he was thrown out forever. He was a villain.
Oh, yeah, he was banned for life from.
The way
Going
Steve, sometimes doesn't Steve listen to the games like on his phone? Like he listens to like the radio commentary, and that gave off that vibe because the guy was listening to the radio at the time, and there's a delay, so that's why
Steve Bartman.
Yeah, Steve Bartman. That's why he went out for the ball because every single game he would go to, he would listen to the
Oh, because he'd have his little fucking earphones.
Yeah, he had
in.
like over the head headphones.
Oh, I never understood that. But
I know people that would go to Red Sox games and do that, but at the same time, like they're sitting like in the stands.
Yeah.
They're not sitting like that close to the field.
Yeah.
Wow, that actually, I have a medium full. That my head rush now is crazy. I
Medium
just tried to
full.
stand up fast, and
I thought you saw like the
I
bee
did see
again.
the bee. I also saw the
Okay,
bee, but
so-
I tried to. I stood up fast.
I
to
saw
get
a
away from
tiger,
the bee.
dude. I saw a tiger. Is Joe Exotic? He's out of jail, right?
No, he tried to. Remember, he thought he was going to get pardoned, and he had like the limo, and then Trump didn't do the pardon.
I thought he got out though.
I don't think he's out.
That was such a that was
Is
such
Joe
like,
Exotic still in jail?
This is what I found for you, Joe Exotic. Someone bought the park. That kind of went over, and that was like the first it's the first time I ever heard of TikTok. It was during that whole Tiger King thing.
On January 28th, 2022, Exotic was resentenced to 21 years, reducing his original punishment by a year. He continues to serve out his time in a North Carolina corrections
wow.
facility.
So sad. I
He
can't
was
believe
expecting
Trump.
a pardon.
I can't believe Trump didn't pardon him. He should have.
Why? Why?
Just because.
Because he had nothing better to do?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, dude, that's like one of the weirdest hitman cases. Because I don't even know, I remember watching the documentary, and even the guy that he had tried to go kill the woman, even said, he wasn't sure. It was, innuendo. That's what I got from it, was that it was, innuendo of, you know what to do.
Mm.
Which, I mean, obviously could be construed as, I'll give you this. But I think it was more than that. But that's what I remember of it. Is, I always remember it as it was innuendo. For some reason.
Time to go dump these. That's certainly a musical choice.
What was that?
I don't know.
I don't even know what kind of style of music that was. That was Steven Seagal's reggae.
Oh.
I've heard that before, but I didn't know that was Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal.
Steven Seagal's.
Steven Flock of Seagulls.
And I run to Moscow.
Wasn't he trying to escape a sexual assault or something?
Yeah, there's he did a lewd and lascivious type beat.
Like a Roman Polanski.
You wanna wrap this up and
Make our move.
yeah, make our move and record a Rio show.
Yeah. How long was this? An hour and a half.
Wow, so we got an hour and a half of.
An hour and a half of
I
nonsense.
can't believe you lost the original, the first conversation pit. That got wild really quickly.
It did. I had that saved on a external hard drive that has now it had an infant mortality. It's called, where it didn't last. Something inside of it failed, and I wasn't able to recover the documents.
What other stuff was on there? Anything more important? Obviously more important than that.
No, nothing. I mean, it was almost only 2 months old. I had some video games on there, but nothing, nothing too valuable.
Because when you said that died, I made a joke oh my god. But really I was I hope Paul didn't have any school projects or anything on
Thankfully, no.
Yeah.
But all right, let's wrap this up. I have nothing to plug, and no one even listened to this anyway. So if you did, leave a like and a comment. Oh, my hold is on. How do I turn this thing off?